just gonna cook it. Ah! Oh my gosh, the stove was on, I burnt my hand. Just kidding, and don't try that at home. Wasn't that good reenactment of it though? What does me putting my hands on a hot stove, don't try that at home, have to do with today's lesson about the reflex arc? Everything. So the notes are pretty short today, and most of what you're learning is done through the lab. I know the lab looks long, but it's pretty self-directed, straightforward, and hopefully a little bit fun. So let's talk about the reflex arc. If, again, don't try this at home, though my stove is not really on. But if the stove is on, what happens when you touch a hot stove? Right away you pull back your hand. And how is the brain involved? It's not. So this is what happens. And again, when you touch a hot stove, instantly your hand goes off. Probably less than a second it's off. But this is all that happens in that fraction of a second from me touching a hot stove to taking my hand away. So pretend, don't actually touch a hot stove. I touch a hot stove. The sensory neuron takes that information from my hand all the way to my spinal cord. The interneuron and the spinal cord connects it to my motory neuron. The motory neuron sends it out to the muscles in my hand, and it takes it away. And that all happens in a fraction of a second. So again, I touch it, sensory to interneuron to motor, remove hand. And that's a protective mechanism. The brain is not involved in the reflex arc at all. And thank goodness, because this is how it would look if our brain had to be involved in the reflex arc. I put my hand on a hot stove, the sensory neuron takes it to my spinal cord, then the spinal cord sends it up to my brain. And in the brain that we learned about the other day, it's going to be processed in the part of my brain, and my brain's going to think about it. It's like, Allison's hand is, Miss Kula's hand is on a hot stove. What should she do? Should she hold it there? Should she move it? And then it would process it, and then it would eventually send it out. And that takes a long time. Still probably only a second or two, but that second or two would be enough to burn my hand. So luckily, the brain is not involved in our reflex arcs, our reflex actions. So you touch it, sensory to motor neuron, hand away. And hopefully that happens quick enough that you aren't burned or hurt at all. So the brain is not involved in our reflex arc. So hope you liked my good acting debut right there. So again, like I said, the notes are pretty short. Most of it you're testing yourself today with the reflex arc. I think it's kind of fun. You do unfortunately need a partner, so hopefully your parents or sibling at home can test you, because you can't test your own reflexes. The first part, you're going to take a ruler, drop it, and catch it. Well, I know when it's coming, so that's not really fair. So you don't want your partner to tell you when it's coming, and then you see how fast you can grab it. That tests your reflex arc. That's actually your brain not involved, right? That's a reflex arc. There's a few other activities. I won't say what they are, spoiler alert. So you can test it for yourself when you're doing it. And like I said, with your partner, hopefully a sibling or a parent can help you out. So I think it's a fun lab to do. I think all labs are fun, but this is a fun one that you could test it. And then there's some simple analysis questions at the end and some diagrams to label it. So use your notes, but most of the information you need is within the text and the instructions of the lab today. So good luck. Be careful, don't touch anything hot, and if you experience danger, you can thank your reflex arc that hopefully it's quick and reactive to prevent you from getting hurt or entering danger. Okay? Stay safe, have a good day, and good luck with your lab today.